Hi everyone, Marla Miller from marlamiller.com presenting Critique My Query for the Writer Magazine, a video column that we've been offering to Writer Magazine fans for quite a while now. If you're interested, all you have to do is cut and paste your query letter in an email and send it to me at my email address, which is right below us. For those of you wondering what a quick query critique is, it's not a content query critique. It is a query critique that I listen for the speed bumps in it, for anything that distracts me, anything that pulls me out of the story, anything that is keeping me from focusing on the content of the query. And so what I kind of think a quick query critique is, and this just kind of came to me, it's kind of a dress rehearsal. So if you get through the dress rehearsal and everything is cool, then chances are you're ready to pitch. And probably out of every, I don't know, 50 query letters that I do, maybe 4 or 5 are ready to go. Not to say that they'll get accepted, but at least from my point of view, they don't have anything in them that would distract the agent who you're pitching it to. So with that said, let me get to this one. Dear agent, demanding divas, naked Irishmen walking in their sleep, and amorous honeymooners leaving remnants of unforgettable wedding nights are all part of the parade of flamboyant guests who came in and out of my life as an innkeeper. Despite being a reclusive retired school teacher with no business experience and little startup money, I took a risk, purchased turn-of-the-century mansion, and turned it into a charming bed and breakfast. Operatic Divas and Naked Irishmen, An Innkeeper's Tale, is a humorous and sometimes poignant story of my 17-year journey through a minefield of contractors, housekeepers, and eccentric guests looking for southern hospitality and gourmet breakfasts. I have included recipes reflecting the content of each chapter and descriptions of how and why many of them were developed at our inn. I'm co-author and editor of Blank, a cookbook written for the Bed and Breakfast Association of Blank, for which I won the Blank President's Award in 2009. In addition to maintaining several websites and several blogs, I write online for Blank, 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 and Blank. A teacher of music and English, I have taught and written creative writing, poetry, and lyrics throughout my adult life. Operatic Divas and Naked Irishmen, a 65,000-word memoir, combines wit and humor with delicious recipes, a subject that may appeal to a wide audience, more specifically to women ready to reinvent themselves, whether they are starting a second career late in life, coming out of a divorce, or forced by the recession to stop mid-career and rethink their options. In addition, it may appeal to the same audiences of books by Ruth Reich and Maya Angelou. Manuscript is available upon request. Thank you for your kind consideration, etc. Okay, what do I think of this? Well, a couple of things. And first of all, absolutely no problem with the writing. Charming. This woman's writing credentials are definitely congruent with the writing on the page, for sure. That isn't always the case, but it is here. So I have no problem with that. Okay. What do I think of this? Well, I'm not totally familiar with this genre. I mean, I know it's a memoir, but I'm speaking specifically of bed and breakfast books. I know there's a lot of bed and breakfast books out there, and I know that several of them include recipes, because I have a few in my library behind me. And I know that there have been books that have been written about, how difficult it is to establish a bed and breakfast. Remember about 10 years ago when bed and breakfast inns were just hot, hot, hot. A lot of stuff came out back then. So I have no trouble with the writer's credentials. They dovetail very nicely with the book that she wants to write. She gives us credentials, and keep this in mind, she gives us credentials that let us know that she is plugged into the community of people who would potentially buy her book. Okay, and that's a good thing. To offer credentials that are unrelated to your book really is a waste of query letter space, but this is very nicely, it flows very nicely from the content. I would, having said that, I would look at the 1, 2, 3, fourth paragraph and really, really rework that, because we went from this being a memoir that's going to be funny and poignant to a memoir about reinvention. Now, I know what the writer is trying to say, that you know, through her reinvented life, she got another career like many, many, many women do. But I think that she should integrate it more with this memoir than she does. She says that it's humorous. I don't see humor, you know, maybe a little bit in the first paragraph when she talks about the unforgettable wedding nights where the couple leave remnants of their wedding night. But you might want to, you know, deliver that more. She says that her memoir combines wit, humor with delicious recipes, and that it will appeal to women. I think I would embellish that. I think that that's what I would do. I would take out probably almost all of that last paragraph, and I would spend more time offering a narrative arc of what this book is going to read like, and specifically what's different about this book, because I do think that there are quite a few books that have been written about this subject and have included recipes, and so I would probably rework it to punch it up even more. And then the last thing, and then I'll sign off. Manuscript is available upon request. Do you mean a book proposal? Because chances are that's what they're going to want, is a book proposal. Remember, memoirs, not always, but oftentimes agents want to see a book proposal because they really, really, really want to look at your marketing strategies and your expertise. And that's, you know, very nicely drawn in a book proposal. So it could be that you're pitching to agents who don't require that. Some agents require you know, like the first 3 chapters of memoir or novel. But make sure when you're pitching to an agent, make sure that you know what they want for a memoir, and then deliver that to them. With all of my with all the feedback that I just offered, she could go ahead and pitch this right now and see what happens. The only problem with pitching as is that you oftentimes will, you know, once you pitch to an agent, chances are you can't pitch to them again. So if you're wanting to see what kind of bites you get, you might want to make a big list of agents, and then the ones that you really aren't that interested in, pitch to them, see what they say. If not, I would spend more time embellishing the narrative arc, give us a little more meat about what this memoir is going to look like on the page. I hope that this is helpful. This writer obviously has wonderful experience, and if she isn't, what I would encourage this writer to do is blog about this, get some blog posts about this book out there, and see what kind of response she gets, whether she uses this query letter, revamps the query letter, or not. She should be blogging. Until the next time, be well, keep writing. And again, if you want to submit, just look below. My email's there. Happy Thanksgiving.